Well, the two men beside me are Dr. William Drake and Clifford Frederick Richardson. Two men with deep roots here in Houston dating back to the early 1900s. And because of the tireless research done by their grandsons, Carlton Houston and Leon Richardson, they have now uncovered a powerful and unexpected connection between these two families.
I didn't know my grandfather, and so there's a lot of mystery as to what he did in his life because there's a big age gap.
Carlton Houston's grandfather was Dr. William Drake.
He was a surgeon, had a busy practice here in Houston. Before that, he was in San Antonio. Before that, he was opening a hospital in Marshall. He was involved in civic affairs. He helped found the San Antonio NAACP. He helped found the Houston Negro Chamber of Commerce. He was involved in court cases that were appealed to the Supreme Court to get the right to vote against the all-white primary law.
Now, Carlton's journey to understand his grandfather's legacy really began decades ago with his mother, who was trying to learn more about her own father. And now, Carlton is carrying the torch. And as newspaper articles and pictures are digitized and uploaded online to places like the Texas Portal of History, the image of Dr. William Drake becomes clearer.
You know, I was thinking to myself, what if I had known this growing up? I wonder how that might have impacted me to know that someone as close as a grandparent was that involved.
But Carlton wasn't the only one searching for answers. Leon Richardson, the grandson of Clifton Frederick Richardson, publisher of the Houston Informer and a major force in the Houston NAACP, was doing some digging of his own.
I didn't realize that my grandfather was involved in the 1970 riot, from the standpoint that he was one of the leaders who went to these meetings between the city and the military to try to tamp down some of the rhetoric and the violence. So he was there in a few meetings, and I found that just searching through really a big search. It was in the Houston Observer, so it wasn't even in the Informer or the Defender.
Through separate searches, a new storyline emerges.
I knew all about Richardson, the newspaper editor, and I saw him working hand in hand with my grandfather, the physician and the civic activist. And then a year ago, through almost chance, I was connected to Richardson's grandson. Leon didn't, unfortunately, get to know his grandfather, and neither did I. But their stories have come alive through this sort of shared experience. Here we are, the grandsons of these two men. We've gotten to know each other and become friends, and we talk about the history and the people who were alive in that day as if we knew them.
And at Rice University, they spoke about the value of everyone starting their own journey and sharing it.
So now I have a notebook for the Houston Defender, which are hard copies, and one for the Houston Informer. And so when the kids come, I just let them go through that, throw it on the ground, and it's all ready there.
For Carlton and Leon, the work their grandfathers began continues to inspire. And with each new discovery, they help bring their family's story and the shared history of Houston and their grandfathers back to life.